So let me ask you an uncomfortable question. Let me flip the script for a moment. If your phone kept a leaderboard of who gets your fastest reply, who's in your top 3? And when is the last time you checked whether any of those 3 are building anything? Not who you love, not who matters, who gets the fastest reply. So let's get tactical for a moment. Here's how you find out instead of guessing. I call it the Answer Audit. I'm Clarence E. Stowers Jr., 30 years in. I've built things from nothing and watched them come apart. I've stood in rooms where there was no good answer and found a way through anyway. This is Still Standing. I don't teach from theory. I teach from survival. Let's get into it. The text came in at 6:48 a.m. That's right, in the morning. 3 words. You got a sec? I answered it in 4 minutes, sitting on the edge of my bed, one hand on the phone, the other hand still asleep. The call ran exactly 19 minutes. Nothing was on fire. Nothing needed me. It was a decision that person could have made alone and already knew the answer to. Here's the part I didn't want to admit. The text didn't arrive because it was urgent. It arrived on a Sunday night in 2019 at 11:41 p.m. I answered. I taught somebody that my name means instant. Then I spent the next 7 years calling it dedication. That's what we're getting into today. Welcome to Still Standing. I'm Clarence Edward Stowers Jr., and this is a show for the person who made it through something that was supposed to stop them and is now trying to figure out what to do with still being here. If you're new, here's what you need to know about me. I've spent 3 decades in leadership, pastoring, coaching, building organizations, watching them change shape, navigating the gap between the role you hold and the person you actually are underneath it. And a few years ago, I went through a season I didn't see coming. A season that stripped a lot of things down. Now, I'm not going to give you the whole story in the first 5 minutes. That's what this season is for. But here's what I want you to know up front. I don't teach from theory. I teach from survival. And this season, season 2 of Still Standing, is going further into the honest, specific, and sometimes uncomfortable truth about what surviving a real loss actually produces. Not the highlight reel. No. The real thing. So, if this is what you came for, stay with me. We got a lot of ground to cover. The last time we were together, I told you about busy is how you hide from the thing you already know you're supposed to build. Go back and check out that episode. Go back and get it if you missed it, because today, it's not that. Today is the part that episode didn't cover. Not the thing you're avoiding, but the people you trained to pull you off it. Here's what I'm promising you in the next few minutes. The interruptions in your life are not random. You built the pattern. And because you built it, you can change it without one person's permission. You're going to walk out of here with 1 sentence, 12 words fewer, and instructions for how to use it 4 times. Did you catch that? So let me describe your Tuesday. You blocked the morning, a real block, on the calendar with a title on it. Then at 9:20 a.m., somebody needed a quick answer. 11:05 a.m., somebody needed a second opinion. At 2:40 p.m., somebody needed you to look at something before they sent it. None of that is unreasonable. None of that was unreasonable. And that is exactly what makes it so hard to see. Because by 6 p.m., you had a full day of proof that you're helpful. and nothing to show for the one thing you're actually responsible for. So you did what high-capacity people do. You blamed discipline. You downloaded a new app. You jumped on Claude or ChatGPT, Gemini, and then you set the alarm for 5 a.m. You've been treating a people problem like it was a productivity problem. See, the people who interrupted you today did not pick you at random. Let me show how they picked you, which leads me to my first insight. They're not picking you at random. You applied for it. Let that land. Let that marinate. Sit with it for a moment. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you something. Why is it you? Same team, same title, same skill as the person sitting 3 feet away, and somehow the quick question always finds you. You've told yourself it's because you're good at this or because you care more than they do. It's neither. Look at any team and you'll find this. 2 people, same title, same skill, same desk pod. One of them gets 38 direct messages by noon, the other gets 4. Nobody assigned that. The 38 person answered inside 2 minutes, one time. Then again, and the team learned. That's not a personality difference. That's a training record. I counted mine one Tuesday in 2018. 22 interruptions between 8 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon. 19 of them came from people who already had access to the answer. That same day, the strategy worked. I didn't lose 11 days to a crisis. No. I lost them to my own reputation. Nobody assigned me that. I applied for it. So here's the thing. Every fast reply ever sent was a line on a resume I never meant to submit. Let me explain. I call it the availability resume. Nobody reads the document. Everybody reads the results. Interruption doesn't follow proximity. It follows track record. You don't have a calendar problem. You have a reputation. Let's let history be our teacher. 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times. That is a part of the story nobody talks about. 2,500 years ago, a man named Nehemiah was rebuilding a city wall, and his opposition sent him an invitation. Come down and meet me. He said no. So they sent it again, and again, and again. 4 invitations, same words, then a 5th one in writing as an open letter meant to be read out loud in front of other people. So ask why anybody sends the same ask 4 times. Nobody does that to a person they expect to refuse. You only keep knocking on a door that has opened before. Sanballat wasn't testing Nehemiah's schedule. He's betting on his record. So think about who keeps asking you the same thing. They're not being pushy. They're being accurate. And before I hand you the fix, I have to take one more thing away from you, which leads me to my second insight. Your kindness is not the problem. Your response time is. Here's what I'm taking. You think the interruptions keep coming because you're generous. Need you to sit with the other option because it's the only one that hands you a lever. You can't fix a pattern you keep blaming on other people. There was a project I carried for 2 years, a real one, with my name on it, nobody else's. I never sat down one day and decided to quit it. No. I gave it away in 14-minute pieces. A question here, a quick look there, a call I could have taken Thursday that I took Tuesday. 2 years of pieces. And the thing died with a folder full of notes and no launch. Nobody took it away from me. I handed it over 14 minutes at a time, and every single handoff felt like being a good person. But there's a hidden truth. Here's what I finally had to admit. I wasn't being generous, I was being predictable. See, generosity is a choice you make once. Predictability is a schedule other people can read. People build their day around your reliability the same way they build it around a bus route. And nobody schedules a bus they think might not come. And there's a cost. There's a cost. The cost is also worse than the minutes. There's a researcher, her name's Sophie Leroy, and she put a name on this in 2009. Attention residue. I love that. Attention residue. Part of your head stays with the last thing after you've already left it. That's attention residue. So that 19-minute call is not 19 minutes. It's 19 minutes plus the climb back. And some days you never fully make the climb. Attention residue. Part of your head stays with the last thing after you've already handled it. So let me ask you an uncomfortable question. Let me flip the script for a moment. If your phone kept a leaderboard of who gets your fastest reply, who's in your top 3? And when is the last time you checked whether any of those 3 are building anything? Not who you love, not who matters, who gets the fastest reply. So let's get tactical for a moment. Here's how you find out instead of guessing. I call it the Answer Audit. Come to the front of the class. The Answer Audit. 7 days, 4 columns, who asked, what time, how fast you answered, whether it moved your work. That's the 4 columns. Who asked, what time, how fast you answered, and whether it moved your work. I'll leave a link to this resource in the show notes. The 3rd column is your training log. It tells you exactly who you taught. 4th column tells you what it brought you. Most people find the same 3 names on every page. So, what do you do with those 3 names? It takes 1 sentence, and I'm going to give you mine, which leads me to my 3rd and final insight. Explaining is how you lose the boundary. I told you it takes 1 sentence, and that I'm going to give you mine. Mine is 11 words. You ready? I'm in the middle of work. I can't stop today. Did you count them? I'll say it slow. I'm in the middle of work. I can't stop today. Again, explaining is how you lose the boundary. That's the whole tool. No apology in it, no explanation, no alternative time offered on the first ask. Come on, what's yours? Write yours today. 12 words or fewer. Mine's 11. I'm in the middle of work. I can't stop today. Now here's how you use it. And these 4 are not suggestions. Number 1, send it verbatim. Same words every time. Secondly, don't add a reason. Not the 2nd time, not the 4th. And 3rd, don't escalate. No sharper tone, no bigger justification. And then 4thly, finally, use it 4 times with the same person before you decide it doesn't work. And I'm telling you, I'm telling you why this works. This works. I already know what you're thinking. 4 times feels rude. No. It's the opposite. Here's why. Explanation invites negotiation. Every new reason you give is a door, and a capable person would try every door you build. Repetition closes them. When the answer is identical the 4th time, there's nothing left to test. That's exactly what Nehemiah did. 4 invitations, 1 answer, no new argument. He didn't win the debate. No. The missing part in that text is he refused to have it. Somewhere around the 3rd or 4th identical answer, the ask stops arriving. Not because people got offended. No. It's because people got the update. A new line goes on the availability resume, and your morning stops being a shared resource. I want you to look at the bigger picture. Understand what I'm not saying. I'm not telling you to have fewer people in your life. I'm telling you to carry a shorter availability resume so the thing with your name on it actually gets built. You are given a specific amount of capacity. You'll answer for what you did with it, not for how many people found you reachable. So let me tell you what's different right now than it was 15, 20 minutes ago. 15, 20 minutes ago, you thought you had a discipline problem. You don't. You have a record, a long one. Years of fast answers that taught the people around you exactly where to go when they don't want to think for themselves. So here's the whole thing in 3 lines. They're not picking you at random. They read your record. Your kindness was never the problem. Your response time was. And a record can be rewritten not with the system, not with the 5 a.m. alarm, with 11 words you refuse to improve on. Go read Nehemiah's story. Again, Nehemiah's wall took 52 days. Not because he worked faster than everybody else. It was because he stopped having the same conversation 5 times. The work with your name on it isn't waiting on your motivation. It's waiting on your answer. So here's what I want you to do. Run the audit this week. Download the free resource. Send the show notes. 7 days, 4 columns. And then tell me, number 1, how many of your interruptions came from the same 3 people? Reply to the email. Text me, DM me. You know how to get at me. All I want is the number. Just the number. And also, while you're sending that information to me, I want you to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. If you're on Apple and Spotify, do me a favor, leave a review. That's how people find the podcast. And if you found value in it, go ahead, take a few moments, give me that 5-star review, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Next week, we get into what happens after they stop asking. The guilt no one warns you about when the phone finally goes still and the only person left to answer is you. Until next time, get 1% better every day. That's it for Still Standing. If this landed, subscribe now, wherever you're listening, and text this episode to one person who's still standing in something hard. They need to hear it. I'll see you next week.